All right, man. We back. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, hitting the thumbs up button, sharing the video, subscribing to the channel, sharing the video to people to help expand the channel. Make sure you hit the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance of getting notifications we go live or drop a video. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about Jared Goff. We went live yesterday. I plan to go live again either tonight, more likely not, or Saturday. I might do something live. Okay, missed the live stream yesterday. We talked about all the cornerbacks that's going to be in this Senior Bowl. It's all the big ones: Kenny Pickett, Bailey Zappi from Western Kentucky, Sam Howell, Malik Willis. It was some other Carson Strong. I said Kenny Pickett already. It's like six of them, all the six guys that's going to be there. But then people started downplaying the quarterback position. All right, saying that we can wait the next year to get a quarterback. Then my thing was this, right? These a lot of the same people. I'm gonna go ahead and say the majority of the same people who said that Jared Goff. They believe that Jared Goff wasn't going to be as bad as advertised. Now, a lot of people starting to drink the Jared Goff Kool-Aid because he won 2 games. But what people ain't looking at in this entirety or its totality is that Jared Goff not only was he bad the majority of the year, and even in the losses, y'all forget in the Minnesota game they won, he turned the ball over on 4th down, which obviously helped them, have enough time on the clock to come back and win. He also was getting injured down the stretch of that. So a guy that already had the biggest arm injured his oblique, now he injured his leg or his ankle, whatever it was. So not only do you got a quarterback who, for one, if everybody being honest, we should have never traded for, right? We had an opportunity to take Fields, but last year people were saying that we wait till this year's quarterback class was going to be better. And obviously on paper, it's not better, but on a combine, that can change. But last year quarterback class wasn't that great. The top 2 quarterbacks, in my opinion, have been Mac Jones and Davis Mills. Okay. And obviously it's a big thing about the situation that you go to in an organization, the way they really, stick together to help support you. I agree with that. But, right now, it ain't looking too good. And they had to have a third guy to easily beat Trey Lance, but they sitting him in a deep freezer. But if I remember, I come back to that sticking point there. So what I'm saying is that you can't stick with a quarterback who can't play, right? We lost the majority. If all the games we lost to this point, it's either been Dan Campbell bad coaching decision or Jared Goff or a combination of both that we lost those games. So, like I said before, obviously Jared Goff will be the quarterback next year. If you don't know why, let me show you why he will be the quarterback next year. His contract. So I'm not saying whoever come in next year is going to immediately replace Jared Goff, because we know that's not going to happen. Even if they're the better quarterback, they're not going to play him because they're paying Jared Goff a big number. Now, next year, his base salary will be $10 million. All right, his roster bonus will be at $15.5 million. So, he restructured 5. So his cap hit will be $31 million. And he will leave a $30.5 million cap hit. Right? But if you wait till after next season, his dead money cap is only $10 million compared to $30 million, right? So I have no question that for financial reasons, as long as he's healthy, he will be the quarterback of the Detroit Lions. Now, am I fine with that? Okay, but my thing is, if there's a guy out there, and that's around the league, if it's the kid from Baltimore, what's his name, Huntley, if it's obviously too, Deshaun Watson was in Detroit yesterday. I mean, that might be worth talking about. If I do forget about it, remember I said it here. So with Tyler Huntley, you know what I'm saying? Look at somebody like Huntley or Deshaun Watson get traded to Cleveland or Houston or Philadelphia. You look at, to Miami, Philadelphia, or Cleveland. You look at Tua, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, and try to kind of rebuild them to a pocket quarterback and try to, get them something, a different look. Maybe so. You know what I'm saying? Do you look at Daniel Jones if he's gone? Do you look at Jimmy Garoppolo? I mean, excuse me, there's a lot of different options. But my whole point about it was that you're not getting rid of Jared Goff, okay? We all know that's not happening next year unless he get injured or something. He's a starter. In the Lions scene, not the one competition. That's why David Blog ain't been started. That's my opinion. That's my speculation. But you have to prepare to get that guy. If it's in the first round, if it's in the second round, third, fourth, we've seen guys good as Tom Brady going to six. We've seen Huntley go undrafted. So there has to be some glimmer of hope. And not only glimmer of hope, you can, if you took a guy, let's say you come with a quarterback at number 2, let's say that, right? And you like the guy, right? I don't have no issue with sitting him and he learns. Aaron Rodgers sat and learned. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different guys have sat and learned and gotten better. Okay? And gotten better. There you go. And they gotten better, bro. So I don't mind if they take somebody number 3 or number 333. You don't need to throw him into the fire just because that's the narrative. And that's like the NBA where the Dwayne Casey wanted to have the Pistons, following the trend of chucking up 3-pointers, even though if you don't got the personnel. No. Now, if the guy come in there and he surprised you and he the best quarterback, then you got to play him, right? But they don't want somebody coming in making half of what Jared Goff or pennies on the dollar what Jared Goff is making. And I said it with pun intended. And Goff sitting on the bench for 30 minutes. That just lets tell you that the Fords running this like a business. They don't run it like a sports franchise. If they was in control of what the Patriots was going through when Tom came in, they would say, no way we paying Drew Bledsoe all this money. Drew playing, Tom can't play, and they never, like the laws of a car business and the Fortune 500 business does not run parallel with sports. It doesn't. And it's not just the cutthroat nature of sports. My whole point of talking about the quarterbacks yesterday. Last year, you say those quarterbacks was great. They toilet water. Not saying they're going to be toilet water going forward, but right now those guys are toilet water. Okay? Trevor Lawrence numbers are terrible. We know he's in bad situations, but situations are would really help quarterbacks fly. What if Aaron Rodgers went to Detroit? Would he be as great? Who knows? Went to Jacksonville. Would he be as great? Who knows? Guys like David Carr probably would have been great quarterbacks, but they got beat up. They got beat up the majority of their career, so we never know how great they were. Some guys like Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf don't have the stomach or the mental for the job. But we can all agree on this one. Jared Goff is not the future. And if Jared Goff is going to be the future, then it's going to be another, whatever it was from 57 all the way to 2027. We're going to be in darkness. Darkness. It's going to be darkness. You have to go in there and you have to find something. You have to have a glimmer of hope, somebody that you can build around. And then you can't be scared to pull the trigger on another quarterback next year if you're in a position to draft a guy that you really, really like. Arizona showed you that. New England kept drafting guys behind Brady. All that did was continue to motivate and make Brady better. And they turned a lot of those guys into draft capital. Now Ryan Mallett didn't work. But they turned, and then when they needed those guys to perform like Matt Castle, Brissett, Jimmy Garoppolo, for the short and temporary term, they was able to succeed. So you have to have a solid backup in this league. The quarterback position has always been too important, and now it's more important than ever. So they have to prepare somebody to be able to take care of Goff in the short term. Whoever you take, you got to believe he fit what you want to do. You got a good offensive line. You're going to have some weapons in the draft in the offseason. All right. You got a button defense. You got some decisions to make. You got holes at inside linebacker. You can use another pass rusher, right? You can use some D-line help until Anazorki show up. You got safety decisions to make. Quadre Diggs, you bring him back. Walker, you bring him back. The drive cap, Kyle Hamilton. You got a lot of young corners. You got Jeff Okudah to worry about. So you got some holes there in overall depth in general. You do have some holes there. You do have some issues there. And right now, there's no more important position in sports than the quarterback position. There's no more important position, and people need to learn that. You're not winning a championship with Jared Goff. And so they need to go out there and look at all these guys that's projected to go somewhere in the draft and find your guy. Houston found Davis Mills. They found Davis Mills. Bro. And he looked damn good. And the reason he dropped so far is because of the issue with injuries. But he looked damn good. And that might come up to bite them in the ass. But right now, Houston, people like him in Houston. You can use him, right? And you might get Matt Carroll later. He got an injury. If he don't show up for his pro day and look good and check out medically, might find him in the third round. Kenny Pickett. You got all these guys here, which I don't agree with these rankings, but I don't know too much about all these guys. I don't think Sam Howell is any good. I could be wrong. But if I had to rank them based on what I know now, it's very premature. From what I've seen, just in a nutshell, for any team, it's either Willis, Pickett. I'll probably get Pickett the edge because it's level competition. Willis, in my opinion, it's Carson Strong. The only reason Carson Strong probably ain't higher is because his knees. Then I look at somebody like Matt Carroll right there in that cluster. But Ritter, I'm not impressed. He got a nice arm. Not impressed. Sam Howell, I've never been impressed. You know what I'm saying? So like I said before, Sam Howell get a lot of hype, but I don't see it. Same thing with Mitchell Trubisky. I didn't see it. Desmond Ritter, I don't see it. They said Malik Willis having 9 turnovers. You know why guys like Malik Willis have a lot of turnovers at Liberty? Because he tried to do too much. Can you tell him to take a step back and do less in the national football? He had more help. Everybody wants to, these guys ain't that good. Well, last year you overrated the guys in the quarterback class. An emphasis on overrated them. And it's still early, but they ain't shit. I really like Carson Strong. Not gonna lie, he might be my favorite one out of all of them. Kenny Pickett remind me of Joe Burrows a little bit. So, like I said, the position is too important to overlook. John Elway hit on every position damn near that he drafted, right? Most of the positions he had a success rate. He couldn't hit on the quarterback. Paxton Lynch and Brock Osweiler. Peyton Manning saved his bacon. So you can't be too comfortable talking about build the defense. And defense has suffered. The defense have single-handedly suffered from Jared Goff's inability to move the football. Think about that for a minute. They suffer from his inability to move the football. Had he been average, that defense creeps into the top 10 easily. No names and all that. They creep into the top 10 easily. He affects everything on the football team field, the special team field position, the defense. He's too bad to not go into next year with a contingency plan or some potential to take over once his contract is over and you cut him after next year. Straight up and down. Brad Holmes said there would be no curve. I'm paraphrasing for his lack of weapons. He will be evaluated accordingly. He's been evaluated accordingly, and he's not that guy. And y'all forget because he won the Minnesota game, and that was about to end the hair of his chinny chin chin. And y'all forget because he won the Arizona game. He's not that guy. And if you want to go into next year with him and you banking on, in the 2023 draft, we're going to get a quarterback and start him right away, it don't work that way. We tried that way with a lot of different quarterbacks. Y'all forgot we threw Stafford in there. He lost his first 2 years to injury. Think what his numbers would be at if he was healthy. Jeff Backus got an injury. I think it was the second year in the opening game versus Chicago. I think it was at Soldier Field. He got injured this first year. You don't throw guys in there, bro. And this may be the perfect situation to get value for a pick, develop him the right way. If you have to bring Goff, cut Goff and give him a 1-year extension and restructure his contract for he to be here in the 2024 season. If you got to get that guy some time, fine. But you don't wait to the last minute when you force with a pistol to your head to find the guy. That's where the Lions mess up at, bro. Get the guy this year, and also next year you still look out for the guy just in case you think you had the guy that ain't the guy this year that you get this year. The position to import, you can have the perfect defense, the perfect successful teams, the perfect receivers and offensive line, and you can waste it all by not having the right quarterback. And I used the example yesterday with that Ravens team in the early 2000s with a great defense. They didn't win it again. The back Buccaneers with Derrick Brooks and Warren Sapp, they didn't repeat again. Great defenses have small windows. Great quarterbacks give you the overall bigger window. John Elway made the 5 Super Bowls. And people say, well, they only won the last 2 because of Terrell Davis. Well, shit, I had the team on my fucking back for 3 of the Super Bowls. To see what I did in the drive, quarterbacks give you longevity. Quarterbacks give you the bigger window when they're healthy. Aaron Rodgers, if you take Aaron Rodgers away from the Packers, can they find another Aaron Rodgers? I doubt it. Look at what they did with Jordan Love. Great quarterbacks are always there. If you like the primetime game, Sunday night, Monday night, type of games you want to win on Thanksgiving, you need a big-time quarterback. And then y'all said, well, it's not in this draft. And somebody end up with a Russell Wilson, a Dak Prescott, somebody end up with one of those guys, a Tom Brady, which, you know, it's hard to find those guys overall. Y'all be sitting here with the gas face. Y'all be sitting here with y'all hands on y'all head like this. Just because the aficionados tell you that the guy not in the draft, that's not true. That's not true. These guys are talented. They can't be no worse than the guys last year. Zach Wilson looking like trash can juice, and that's because of the situation. You know, Trey Lance looked terrible early on. He making strides. You have to, if the guy's there, you got to get him. Just because they say this quarter don't shine or this gold don't shine like it's supposed to, don't mean it don't have value. And there's some talented guys in this draft that you can develop over the course of a year, 2 years, or even shorter of a training camp. Go get your guy that fits you the best. And if he's not there, then next year we wait till the last minute. But taking somebody in a deep freezer, tutor them, getting their footwork together, getting their mechanics together without being rushed to playing a scout team, you know, it's some guys I really like. I really like the film on Carson Strong. Really do. A great magician with the football. Now I see that mobile, probably not because of the knee injuries, but he's a magician, bro. He's the best pure passer in this game. I like Kenny Pickett. Some decision-making issues, they say here. NFL coaches can clean it up. He got an arm. He mobile. You know, I like Willis. A lot of turnovers, but guess what? That's a product of trying to do more with less. These things can be corrected. What can't be corrected is how they was raised. They medicals. You know what I'm saying? What things can't be corrected is if they don't work hard, if they don't have the stomach to be the quarterback. A lot of people want to be a quarterback, but they don't have the stomach, the shoulder load, the leadership. They don't have the stomach to go out there and go through the plays. You got to get somebody that can potentially go through their reads. Okay. You have to find a guy that potentially go through their reads. You know, who's technical, who can get your technique and brush it up. Now, you can't make somebody have a bigger arm. You can make their arm stronger with that rubber band shit, but you can't make nobody have a great arm. You can't put the heart in somebody. You can't put leadership in these quarterbacks. And the last couple quarterbacks we had weren't leaders, but hey, it is what it is. Check out the Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next, subscribe us, the bell icon button, hit all notifications, create and get notifications. Financially, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Appreciate the donation. Rolling the concert screen. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. All that's in the description. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, or you want to chop it up, whatever the situation may be, advertise, whatever. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget to check my main channel on YouTube. This Goodfellas Sports TV for more sports, music, news, entertainment. That's Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. All right, I want you guys to go support Piston Mike. Y'all go to the subscribe button. He at 480 right now. Let's get him to 1,000, 100,000, 500,000, million subscribers as soon as possible, bid. Let's help him put it down. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. If you like the Pistons, you want to support me, think about sending me a donation. Best way you can help me right now is go subscribe over to Piston Mike and go help him get his numbers up, putting in work, hard work, smart work, dedicated work, consistent work. So make sure you go over there and appreciate that work. So remember, the name is Piston Mike, and I have a link in the description. If you have a problem finding it on YouTube, it'll be under source link or Piston Mike channel link in the description. Peace.